Okay, here we are. It says on my end that we are live. Let me check in with my team. They always let me know if we've gone live in two places. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Good afternoon to everybody who's here. I'm just going to hang out here for just a second to make sure we're good. Okay, we're good. We are good. Lynn has given me the thumbs up. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube. So happy to have everybody here. Hey, Sherry from Toledo checking in. Love to see our people here from the East Coast. Love to see everyone here. Thanks for joining me. So this is day 2 of our Women's Wellness Week, Jumpstart Your Feel Good. Yesterday was fantastic. I mean, we had such great comments. We had women sharing some, more transparent things that are going on in their life and their wellness. I'm just going to get a sip of water. Hold on. Let me just check in with my team here real quick. I see a message. Okay. Yes. Sometime, not now. Okay, great. All right. So happy to have you here. I want to just dive in and review a little bit of what we did yesterday. First of all, make sure you grab your workbook because you're definitely going to need that. Hey, Deb Hartley. All right. We're happy to have you here. We're talking about women's wellness. So I know you're into that. Pasadena's here. Thanks, Becky. All right. So today our topic is 7, although when I counted, there were 8. But those of you who know me well know that I'm always adding more, adding more to the content. That's good news for you. So there are 8 simple, low-risk life choices that can add life to your years. And here's what I love about our conversation today. What I'm going to talk about is mostly things that you know. But the question you always have to ask yourself is, I know it, but am I doing it? I know it, but am I practicing it? And what I really love about these 8 things I'm going to share with you is they're so easy and you can do them in 30 minutes or less. And some just take a couple of minutes. And they really add life to your years. Notice I didn't say add years to your life, because we want to add life to the years we have left. We want to live and give every day to the fullest, right? I know you're with me because that's why you've joined the class. So that's what it's all about. But a quick recap from yesterday. And remember, today we're going to do giveaways. So don't forget to get into the chat, because the giveaways, the only way we know who to give away to is to see who's here with us. So get in the chat. Share your greatest, gold nuggets that you're getting from this. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us where you're at with some of these, great low risk lifestyle tips that I'm going to give you, and get in line to win some great prizes. Okay. Hey, Valerie from San Pedro. So happy to see you here. Yay. So get in the chat, stay in the chat, because that's how we're going to evaluate who's getting all the gifts, the giveaways this afternoon. And I have some really juicy ones. Hey, Katya, so good to see you here. So be sure to do that, and make sure you have your workbook. If you don't have your workbook, we can get it for you, but if you got to grab a piece of paper. But yesterday we started with talking about your wellness story. And I just want to review that quickly before we dive into the content, because remember that your wellness story is the foundation for everything that comes after that. Why? Because it's important for you to understand where you've come from, what your earliest memory was of health and wellness as a child. It's important to know. Secondly, what does feeling good really mean to you? If you feel good, what does that mean? What does it look like? And lastly, if I felt good every day, I would be able to. See, the one thing I know about the women who come to my masterclasses and who are my clients and who are in my community, these are women who are all making an impact. Whatever industry you're in, whatever work you're doing out there in the world, you're here to make an impact. You're here to live, and you're here to give. That's just all the women. That's just who I attract. So if you're here to live and give, you want to be your best every day, and you want to have that extraordinary amounts of energy. And what I'm going to talk about today is going to help you with that. But so if you were feeling good every day, what does that look like? What would you do? How would your impact increase? How would you be more of a change maker in the world, right? So it's, as you've heard me say many times, it's hard to make a difference if you don't feel like getting up in the morning, right? So that's not this group. That's not why we're here. We're here to feel good because, as you know, for 17 plus years, I have been helping women grow and scale their businesses. But, we've come to a place, and I've come to a place in my life where I realize that this version of your life that you're in with your wellness is as important as business tips, because that's the foundation for where we operate from where we spring forth from every day. Let me catch a few of these comments. Hi, Lorraine. So happy to have you here. Yay. Kathy, thanks for all your comments. And thanks to Lynn on my team. She sets all these things up so it looks beautiful. That's her genius. This is mine. I know where to step in and I know where to get out of the way. All right. So I hope you did do some journaling about those 3 wellness story questions, because we need to know why we want to be healthy. A lot of times you may think, well, I need to be healthy because, or I need to practice wellness because, well, that's what everybody says we need to do. That's what the doctor told me to do. That's probably not going to send you on your best wellness journey, right? It has to come from in here. It's just like your business. It's just like that passion and that driver for your business. Your wellness has to spring forth from a place of purpose. You have to have a reason why you want to get up every day and feel good and feel well and have that energy, right? You need to, what's coming up for me right now is you want to model that for your children. You want to model it for your grandchildren. You want to model it for the other women in your community, right? There's a whole host of reasons why you're here today, that what drew you here. And that's because you're a change agent. You're a change maker. And in order to do that, you want to show the world what you can do. I'm going to give you a quick example. I was just having a conversation with someone earlier this morning. I have friends who have sort of, they've called it a day. They have moved into another version of their life, which is just a more relaxed lifestyle. They've, stopped really working, or they've really maybe sold their business or stopped their business, but they're not as active out in the world and in their communities as maybe I am, definitely. And they're always saying to me, if we have to get together for cocktails or lunch or dinner or whatever, Joy, when are you going to stop all this? And you know what? It's in my purpose. It's in my DNA. And I think every woman here is like that. I have, the universe, God, whoever you believe in, gave me a gift, and I need to share it. And I feel it's selfish if I don't. So for me to just sort of ride off into the sunset would just seems a little selfish. So that's why I'm doing this, and I want you to feel the same. So let's dive into these lifestyle choices. You're going to just, I think, be shocked by what I'm going to share with you. And if you notice, I made it a fill in the blank in your workbook. Now, why did I do that? Well, first of all, I didn't want to be the only one working here today. No, the hand informs the mind. My kids' preschool teacher told me this years ago when my kids were like 3 and 5 years old. They're in college now. The hand informs the mind. So if you write down what these are, you're going to commit them to memory a lot quicker. Okay? All right. So let's go through these. And I have some sort of dialogue and explanations for each one. All right? Okay, good. So number 1, what's number 1? Drink up, right? Here's the fill in the blank. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water every day. Drink half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. All right. Where did I come up with this? Well, I came up with it from a very good source. You can really find it in a lot of places, but I really like and trust the work of Dean Ornish. He's a medical doctor. He's president and founder of the nonprofit Preventive Medicine Research in Sausalito, California. And he's also a clinical professor of medicine at the University of California. in San Francisco. So he's also the author of Undo It: How Simple Lifestyle Changes Can Reverse Most Chronic Diseases. Water is amazing. And I want to tell you, no matter how much you're consuming, I don't think you're consuming enough. And I'm going to say the same thing to me. All right. Water is incredibly important, and it can solve a host of challenges that you may be having and how you're feeling, whether it's energy, sleep, or otherwise. Let me just share some of the things that I know about this. Our bodies, when they become dehydrated, it actually starts to malfunction. Our bodies actually start to malfunction, and our energy levels crash. But when we're dehydrated, but what do we typically do when our energy levels crash? We reach for something sweet. We get a cup of coffee or we get a soda, right? Because why? Oh, I need that caffeine. I need something to get me going. Hey, listen, I was guilty of this for years. Every day at 3:00, I would grab a Diet Coke because I just felt like, oh, I just need something to get me through the last 2-3 hours of the day, right? The work day. So sodas and coffee are dehydrating. So even though you're taking in a liquid, it's actually dehydrating us even more, right? So I want you to challenge yourself, and maybe you're already doing this, and if you are, let's celebrate. Love to hear in the comments what you're doing with water. Just love it. Deb, I know. Deb says, handful of potato chips, my downfall. I'm going to highlight that one. So handful of potato chips. You know, I used to get a Diet Coke, and then for whatever reason, after I went through menopause, I switched from sweets to salt. So now it's more for me. I won't want to grab a handful of chips, but they dehydrate us, right? They dehydrate us. What does Val have to say? Love that. Always have water by my side. Love it. Me too. I have. So here's my glass. It's got the name of my podcast on it. Lynn on my team got this for me. She's got Moxie. And I just keep it full. And as soon as it's empty, I refill it. Now, here's the thing, ladies. If you are having trouble remembering or getting up to go, or you don't have an opportunity to go to your filter and get water every day, get a water bottle. Get a water bottle that holds the ounces that you need. So what you do is you take your weight, you divide it by, you divide it in half, and that's the ounces that you need every single day. Okay. And I will tell you that I want to tell you a quick, maybe it'll help you. I do a race. I have a race against myself. So what does that mean? I am a coffee drinker, and I don't drink it all day, but I love 2 cups in the morning, 2 cups of coffee. However, I have changed in the last year in that when I wake up, and what I'm about to say is it's not easy, but I do it every day. And I will tell you, I feel so much better. I have a race to try to get as many ounces that I need in by noon. I just do a race with myself. How much of this water that's required of me can I get down by 12 noon? So I feel like it's a win. At midday, I'm in a win. So I drink 2 8-ounce glasses of water the minute I wake up now. Listen, I'm not going to say that it's the easiest thing I've ever done, but 2 8-ounce glasses of water. I put something in the second glass. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But I just down it the minute I open my eyes before I go take the dog for a walk. Why? Because I want to get it started, and then I feel like I'm championing myself, right? I feel like I've got a win going. Okay, all right, I got 2 glasses, 16 ounces down, all right? So I want you to start even doing tricks with yourself. What can you do? Do you want to do a race? Do you want to, how is it that you want to do this? Let's see what Sherry has to say. I first thought in regard to adding more ounces to drink was that I was going to float away. Right. Yeah, and that's true. People think that, but actually, and I thought that too, but actually our body just needs it and it uses it. So this is the first tip. And so part of your homework tonight, again, is to drink 1 more glass of water than you normally do. That's your homework for today, ladies. Just drink 1 more glass of water, 8-ounce glass, than you normally do and have done in the past. So drink the water. It probably sounds too simple and too easy, but if you do it every single day consistently, you're going to see a big difference in your skin, in how you're feeling, and you're going to feel more hydrated. And again, when we're more hydrated, we actually are removing those toxins from our body and we're feeling better. Okay, good. Yes, hydration, so important. 64 ounces a day. Good for you, Becky. Fantastic. I love these comments. All right, what's number 2? Eat foods closest to their natural source. Okay, eat foods closest to their natural source. Here's the hint. If it comes in a box, most of the time there's nothing natural about it, right? So foods that are closest to their natural source. If it comes in a box, not saying always. I'm not an always person, okay? So don't think that. For me, it's all about progress, not perfection. So there's not an always here, but if it comes from a box, try doing more things in their natural source than what's in a box. What's Lorraine? Drink it earlier in the day to avoid waking at night. Very nice. Lorraine, I drink a glass of water before I get up too. Yes, it helps with the digestion. Thank you, Lorraine. And Lorraine's an energy healer, so she would know. Katya, I like that. Hydrate before caffeinate. Yes, that's fantastic. Love that. I'm gonna highlight that one for everybody. Hydrate before I caffeinate. That's fantastic. All right, so we just went over number 2. Number 3 is tied to number 2. All right. So number 2 was eat foods closest to their natural source. Let's avoid the boxes. But here's a quick tip for you. And this is another little test I'm now doing with myself. Eat more foods from the outer perimeter of the grocery store. Go with me on this for a minute. Eat more foods from the outer perimeter of the grocery store. Now, I know that not all grocery stores are designed this way, but many are. So again, I might not be right about the grocery store that you visit, but in most cases, I would say over 80% of the time, the grocery stores I visited in LA, in Utah, in other parts of the country, the perimeter is what? The perimeter is all about your, fresh lean meats. It's your produce. It is your, it could be if you eat dairy, or it could be your, your oat milk or your goat milk or your almond milk, whatever you're eating. If you notice the middle section of a grocery store, okay, the middle section is where all the boxed food is. It's where a lot of the junk food is. I really want you to stop and think about your grocery store. So the next time you go, I want you to ask yourself, how much time am I spending in the outer perimeter of the grocery store, and how much time am I going in the middle? Because again, in the middle is where all of your boxed food is, because it doesn't need to be refrigerated, because it has a lot of preservatives. Okay, got that? Very good. All right, let me have some feedback on that in the comments. Again, it's not a perfect solution that I'm sharing with you, because in some cases they do have the desserts and the ice cream and all of that on the outer perimeter. But I said over 80% of the time in most grocery stores, you're going to find all your fresh, lean proteins, your produce and things like that on the outer perimeter. So one of the things I'm doing now is I'm challenging myself when I go to the grocery store. I'm saying, okay, how many things on my list do I need to go into the middle of the aisle for? And it's becoming less and less and less. I'm spending more time and buying more foods that are on the outer perimeter. Got it? Okay. All right. So just want to throw that out. I love Becky's comment, glass of water with each cocktail or wine. Hey, listen, I love my Pinot Noir and I love a good Chardonnay. And I'm with Becky. I always keep a glass of water. Okay. Sort of drinking a little double fisted. So, because I'm hydrating, because yes, those things will dehydrate you. Okay. All right. Please let me know if you have any questions so far. This is going so great. Now, the next one, let your body prepare for a restful sleep by closing your kitchen at 8 p.m. Let your body prepare for sleep, restful sleep, by closing your kitchen at 8 p.m. Allow your body to start to rest, okay? When we continue to consume food after 8 p.m., and then we want to go to bed, I'm just going to throw out a time, 10, 10:30, 11. I go to bed at 9:30, ladies. I'm just sharing with you. I get up at like 5:30 every day. So I'm in bed by 9:30. And I feel so good when I do it. So I just want to say that. But if you close your kitchen at 8 p.m., now you're giving your body some time to start resting before you go to sleep. Because it's, if you eat at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, you're now the body has to keep the digestion system. It has to keep working, overtime. Okay. So just think about that, and think about closing your kitchen at 8 p.m. My family knows, like, most of the time at our house, it's done at 7:30. It's like, I'm done. If you want something, have at it, help yourself. But I'm done, because I want my body to start resting. I'm also going to encourage you to turn the lights down low. This is how I got my kids to go to sleep when they were really young. Turn the lights down low. Prepare for sleep. Don't have a lot of bright lights on overhead. Turn your devices off at 8 p.m. Now, look, there are times when in business that you cannot do that. I understand that. If you're launching, if you're closing a big deal, if there's something you're really working on that just somehow requires you to be on past 8 p.m., I understand that. I'm talking about the 80-20 rule. If 80% of the time you just do these tips, your health and the way you feel is going to improve dramatically, and your ability to make an impact is going to improve dramatically, and the people's lives you're going to affect is going to improve dramatically, because you're modeling. See, you're modeling for other people what's right. You're modeling for other people what wellness is. You're a leader. Every woman on this, I know everybody on this call today, on this live stream, you're all leaders. People are watching you. So whatever you do, they're going to model it, because they're going to think it's the right thing to do. Okay. I love this. What Lorraine said, helps digestion. So close your kitchen as close as you can to 8 o'clock. And here's the other thing I want to tell you about this. Everybody's talking about fasting. Now, I do fast. I fast, but that's not in any of the tips here today. You know why? Because that's not for everybody. But do you know, ladies, that if you close your kitchen at 8 p.m. and you wake up at 6 a.m., for example, do you know that you've already fasted for 8 hours? Did I get that right? No, 10 hours. You've already fasted for 10 hours, because from 8 to 6, you didn't eat. You see that? So people will say, oh, no, I could never fast. You already are. When you're giving your body 10 hours to rest, you have no idea how much your digestive system is going to thank you, because they're getting time off. Everybody needs to rest, right? Even our digestive system. So I want you to write that down, take it in, and think about it. You're already fasting for 10 hours when you do that. If I got my math right. Okay, good. All right. All right. I'm making comments on YouTube. I didn't make that comment, but somehow that's happening. I'm here. All right. Now, here's the next one. Pay attention to this one. This one's really important too. Go to bed and wake up about the same time every day. Because see, your body wants to get into a rhythm, and our bodies have a natural rhythm. Go to bed and wake up about the same time every day. So this going to bed at like 11:30 and then waking up, having to get up at 5:30 if you've got work, or 6, but then the next night you go to bed at like 10 and then you sleep until 7. It actually is not as healthy for the body as you might think. So again, I'm talking about the 80-20 rule. If you do these things 80% of the time, you are golden, and you are going to add so much life to your years. But think about, what's my natural body rhythm? I like to go to bed early. My mom would tell me that I was kind of like this even at a young age, and I like to get up early. So that's just how my natural body rhythm. But what's yours? What's your natural body rhythm? Okay, so think about that. Give me some feedback. Would love to get some comments here in the chat. And by the way, with sleep, if you're having difficulty at all getting to sleep these days, I mean, my gosh, with everything that's gone on in the last 2 years, I'm not surprised if you're having trouble getting some sleep. But this is one of our giveaways today, and this is something I use. I don't know. Let us know in the chat. Do you take magnesium? Magnesium is magic for sleep. This product is so magical. Now, one of the differences, well, why do I in particular use this one? Because it's clean label. There are no synthetics or toxins. It's vegan, it's gluten free, it's GMO free, and it's pure magnesium. It has no fillers in it. It has nothing in it. So magnesium is magic. And it's not just magic for sleep. It's magic for migraines. If you suffer from headaches, especially migraine headaches, magnesium is really helpful for that. It helps the brain and the body start to rest. It's also very helpful I have a client who uses magnesium because she has restless leg syndrome. Has anybody else ever had that? When I was pregnant with both my children, I had restless leg syndrome, not before and not after, but during. And I used magnesium. So again, magnesium is one of our giveaways today. So if you'd like to get more magnesium in, you're going to get a 30-day free supply from us. That's part of our giveaway. We have more coming. So again, restful sleep, getting to bed, sleeping about the same time. If you need some extra help, because then you may need to take something, which might be magnesium, which is all natural. Let's see what we've got here. Thanks, Becky. Thanks for bringing that up. Thanks, Kathy. Sherry, when I practiced not eating after 8 p.m., I was able to drop some weight. There we go. Let's add that in. That's a great one. Yeah, it's not just about working out for an hour a day, or 2 hours a day, and it's not just about starving yourself. It's about doing things. These types of things will help you maintain the weight you're supposed to be at. I'm not going to say you're going to gain weight. And I'm not going to say you're going to lose weight, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to go be at the weight that you're supposed to be healthy. All right. By taking these tips. All right. So we talked about going to bed at the same time and about sleep. Now, what's the next one? Walk. Walk every day for 20 to 30 minutes. Just commit to walking every day for 20 to 30 minutes. All right. Forget the 10,000 steps. That's a myth. I'm going to tell you about that. Forget the 10,000 steps. It's a myth. And I was so happy to read this. Okay. Let me tell you about that. Harvard Health did a research study in between 2011 and 2015. They had over 16,000 women age 62 to actually age 100. The average age was 72 in a study. And they all wore tracking devices so they could really tell how many steps they walked. Listen to this. Now, sedentary women averaged about 2,700 steps a day. But women who averaged 4,400 steps a day, 4,400 steps a day, had a 41% reduction in mortality rate. I'm going to say that again. Women who averaged 4,400 steps a day had a 41% reduction in mortality. All right. Mortality rates dropped progressively and aggressively at 7,500 steps. So if you did more than 7,500, it really didn't change things, but it was up to 7,500. So what does that mean for you? And let me just dial it back for a minute. For the longest time, I didn't even attempt my steps because you know why? 10,000 a day intimidated me. You know why it intimidated me? Because I knew that it was going to be hard for me to find the time with a busy business, with my family every day to do 10,000 steps. I was so thrilled when I found out that it was a myth. And why was it a myth? Because it was a marketing myth, because it was a way for them to sell more of your trackers, the little arm trackers that track your steps. It was just a great marketing method for them. But it's not going to help you that much if you can't get in 10,000 steps. My point is, anywhere from up to 7,500 is going to make a difference in your life, and you're getting out and you're breathing fresh air, you're getting oxygen, you're looking at trees. And so I love to walk. It is therapy for me. It is healing for me. I do it every day, but I don't want you to beat yourself up if you're not doing 7,500. So let's just get that let's get that out of the way now. My goal every day is 5,000 steps to 7,500. That's the goal. And most days I hit it. But let me give you an example. Today, I have a very, very jam-packed day, very busy. In addition to this live stream with you, I have many meetings, lunch meetings, and other phone meetings and Zoom meetings. So today, I'll be lucky if I get 3,000, but I'm not going to beat myself up about that. Why? Because tomorrow I'll do better. See, it's about progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. So again, work to set your goal. What are the number of steps per day I want? And you don't have to do it all at once. When I tell you that I do 5 to 7,500 steps a day on average, I'm doing that over a period of 3 separate walks. I'm not doing it all in one walk. Why? Because I walk and then I work and then I walk and then I work, right? So, and actually studies show that it's even better for the body if you break it up. So I want everyone here, we talked about drinking 1 more glass of water than we normally do today. The second thing I'm going to challenge you to do is just set a timer and go out, get some shoes on and walk for 20 minutes. Come back tomorrow and tell us how that felt. Let's see what we've got in the comments here. One of my doctors has recommended magnesium oxide for body muscles cramps. Absolutely, 100%. It's so good for that too. Lorraine, magnesium calms the nervous system, good for your bones and helps with sluggish digestive system. Yes, and you know what, Lorraine? I was deficient. Until about a year ago, I was really deficient in magnesium, and it was like, that's why I said it was magic. It was like magic. I felt like a new woman after only taking it two days because my body was just crying out for it, and I had no idea. So magnesium, and remember, it's going to be a giveaway. Katri, so many people are obsessed with closing the rings daily. Yes, so true. That's right. And you know what? Just get out there and walk. And if you can walk for 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. If you can do 15, whatever you can do, but shoot for 20 to 30. And I think we all have a half hour for our wellness every day, right? I think we all have a half hour for wellness. And I love this, Becky. Move your body or it stops moving as we age. My physical therapist says motion is the lotion. Motion is the lotion. That's a writer downer. Write that down. Motion is the lotion. All right, now let's move on to the next one. We talked about the 10,000 steps being a myth. Just get out there and walk. Enjoy the scenery. Practice walking meditation. I do that a lot. I don't listen to a podcast. I don't call people on the phone. I have a walking meditation. And it is a beautiful thing, ladies. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing to just have 20 to 30 minutes where you're walking in nature, listening to the birds, listening to the trees rustling in the wind. You have no idea. And it just actually ties right into my next one. The next one is practice daily awareness. Train your brain. So much of the things that we read in the media or online is about train the body, flex the muscles, flex the arms, flex the legs, all important, but we have to flex our mind. You got to flex the mind too. You got to work that mind. Your mind is so, so important and so valuable. And everyone knows that's worked with me before that to be truly aligned, you've got to do 3 things every day. You've got to practice awareness. You've got to ask yourself the questions about what matters most. And then you've got to take action. That is alignment. That is alignment through and through. That's how you get aligned. It's how you stay aligned. And it's my mission to help as many women as I can do that. Okay. So awareness, practice awareness every single day. And again, you can do it from 5 to 15 minutes. It can be prayer. It can be meditation. It can be journaling. It can be stillness. It can be a walking meditation, but move away from the devices. Find out what's going on. Let your first imprint of the day be in your mind. What's on your mind, not the news, not social media, what you're thinking about, right? What do you think I could really come to you and talk to you like this if I didn't have self-awareness? If I didn't have my awareness, it's a practice every single day. It's a daily ritual. It's like my prevention. Now, here's the thing about practicing daily awareness. Here's another product that we're going to give away today. And this is our probiotic. Okay. The probiotic. This is something I didn't know until about a year ago. So let me educate you now. Okay. The connection between the mind and our gut is so intertwined. I did not know this. I had no idea. Okay. And then I had someone who's very wise about nutrition and medicine explain it to me. There's something called the vagus nerve. You can look it up, VAGUS. There's something we all have called the vagus nerve, and it runs through our gut, and it runs right through here all the way up into the brain, okay? And it connects. It's a two-way chemical messaging system that explains why stress can trigger feelings of anxiety and why you can also feel butterflies when you feel love or happiness, okay? And what I did not know is probiotics. I always thought it was if you had stomach problems. That's not it. It's part of it, but it's not all of it. These probiotics, they promote happy vibes. So that's what I drink. And remember I told you I drink 2 8-ounce glasses of water when I wake up before my coffee. In the second glass, I put this probiotic. It's tasteless. You can't even taste it. I put it in the water and I drink it down. You know why? Because I want to promote a happy vagus nerve. I want to promote happy vibes. I want to promote good energy from the moment I get my day started. All right. So the probiotic is very important for the way we feel emotionally and the way we, it triggers our happy vibes. So I love that. Thank you, Sherry. Awareness, ask, and action. Yes, has been a lot. Thank you. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lorraine. Awareness clears and heals your energy. Let's see that one. Oh, yes, it does. So again, this is another little giveaway that we're going to be doing in just a few minutes. Now, here's the other thing I didn't know. I want to share all this with you because I want you to take it out and share it with other women, share it with your family, share it with anybody you care about. I did not know this. Only 5% of our body's serotonin, right? That's our happy vibes, sad, feel good, is made in the brain. 95% is made and stored in your gut. Did you know that? Tell me in the chat if you did, because I didn't know it, okay? 95% of our serotonin, which is our feel good, our happy vibes, our good mood vibes, are stored in the gut, not the mind. I thought it was all in the mind. All right, that's the other reason why these probiotics are so important. And why am I talking about like the magnesium and the probiotic? I'll tell you why. Because especially when you eat in the middle of the supermarket, things are in a box. A lot of our foods are filled with, hormones or a lot of preservatives. And so we need extra nutrition, extra wellness to support what we're not getting from the foods we eat. I mean, it's just, when you drive, my husband and I drove recently from LA up to Oregon to pick our daughter up from college. When you drive through up the 5 north, going north in California to Oregon, when you drive on that highway, you are smelling pesticides. The air is so full of pesticides because they're spraying everything. Why? To preserve it, to make it last longer. Well, where do you think that's going? When we eat food, it's going into our bodies. Where else can it go? So, and of course you can wash everything when you get it home and you can do all these things. But my point is, we all need to be supported more by what we eat. All right. Okay. How do we know if we are buying the right probiotic? Valerie, that is a great question. And my guest that I'm bringing tomorrow is going to be talking about coming clean, because everything that sometimes what we think we're using is not at all what we should be taking, because there's too many chemicals, too many fillers, too many things manufacturers are putting in things that keep you from getting the nutrient that you need. Okay. And for example, that's why I'm using the probiotic and the magnesium, specifically this specific brand, because I know it's clean label. I know it's GMO free. I know it's vegan. And I know that the capsules that it comes in, well, the probiotic is not in a capsule, it's just a powder that you put in your drink. But there are no fillers or synthetics. So we're going to talk more about that tomorrow, but it's a great question. And I'm so glad you brought it up. Katya, that explains why I feel sick in my stomach when I'm anxious or stressed out. Yes. See, all these things that we didn't know. is because it's, it's connecting, it's messaging. And that's why we need that. I know Becky's taking the probiotic to start her good gut health. I mean, all these things are important, but see how these are just little things that we need to know. Okay, so I want to just real quick before we end here, let's see, I want to do some giveaways today of some things. And so we're going to give away some magnesium. We're going to give away some probiotic. And you know what? I think I'm also going to give away this power. All right. I think we should give away this power because power is great for getting more oxygen into the body. And so and that's why, because that's for your walks. If you don't feel like walking or you feel like I don't have enough energy to walk, maybe you should start using something called power. It's something I use every day. All right. So let me look here. Let me look through these, these comments. Wow. So many good ones. Thank you, gals, I love it when you contribute. That's where I grow. I love this, Katja. That explains why I feel sick in my stomach when I'm anxious or stressed out. All right, here we go. So our gifts today are, I'm going to be really generous. You guys have been so good and been in the chat. So today I am going to be giving away, this is hard for me because I want to give it to everybody. All right, today I'm going to be giving away some magnesium, power, and probiotic. I was only going to give one thing to one person, but I'm going to give away 3 things to 3 different people. What do you guys think about that? Valerie is going to get some magnesium, some power, and some probiotic. So Kathy on my team will be in touch with you to get your address, 30-day supply. We're going to send that to you. And same thing for Sherry Walter. And also for Lorraine. Same thing for Lorraine, Sherry, Valerie. And you know what? We're also going to send, you know what, Katja? If I can get it to you, I'm going to send some to you too. All right. I'm going to send you also. Katja is in Germany. I think she's in Germany, right? She was in France and now she's in Germany. She's a traveling gal, but she's making a difference everywhere she goes. So if we can get it to you, Katja, we're going to send you the same thing. So we've got 4 winners, 4 people, today that are going to get these products. All right. So excited for you. All right. So let's do a recap. So today, here's your homework. Thank you. So here's your homework. Today, I want you to drink 1 more glass of water than you normally would. Just down another 8 ounces, no matter how much you take in. Secondly, I'd love to encourage you between now and tomorrow at noon, do a 30-minute walk. If you haven't done one lately, do a 30-minute walk. Drink that water and do a 30-minute walk. I want to hear from you how you feel. And tomorrow, I would love to get some feedback from you on your wellness story. We didn't do that today, but I really would like to do that at the beginning of the call. If someone had an aha moment from their wellness story, we're going to start with that tomorrow morning real quick. We're going to just dive into the introductions. I'm going to introduce you to a special guest who's going to share the great information with you tomorrow about coming clean with what you're putting in your body. And then I'd love to get some comments about your wellness story. And then we'll dive into our content. All right. So that's that. We had a few of you take our wellness assessment. It was the link in the replay yesterday. Please feel free to take that wellness assessment. We'll be getting back to those of you who took it later today or tomorrow. It's just been a little crazy here, but we got you. We know you're there. And but take it if you want. We'll send it out in another email this afternoon. Linda Smith, hey, good to see you here. Fantastic. So ladies, you see how generous that I am with these giveaways. I just cannot help myself. So tomorrow, there are going to be more giveaways. So be here tomorrow, get in the chat and comment and win some of these great prizes. Okay. All right. This was fantastic. Thank you for joining me. I will see you here tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be even better than today. Can't wait. And I'm just loving this class and I'm loving your energy. All right. Okay. Be well. Have a great Tuesday. See you tomorrow on Wednesday, 12 noon, right here. Be well.